into positions of hopelessness and helplessness. The government gives them the drugs, builds bigger prisons, passes a 3-strike law, and then wants us to sing God Bless America. No, no, no. Not God Bless America. God damn America. That's in the Bible for killing innocent people. God damn America for treating us citizens as less than human. God damn America as long as she tries to act like she is God and she is supreme.
Okay, welcome to the Comedy Central roast of 2020. Pew, 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 pew. Featuring Anders Lee,
Anders Lee here.
Alex Ptak,
You can't say that on television.
Ben Wasserman,
Hi.
Alex Collyard, I'm not here, Rose Vineshank, Rose Vineshank, hello.
Hi.
David Sitrick.
Oh, we've checked with our legal team, and you can actually do that on television.
Okay. Melissa Rocha.
It's Rocha.
Is it Rocha? Have I been mispronouncing your name for years? Otto Fernandez. Naomi Karavani.
Present.
Kate WIllett.
Woo!
And David Spector.
Let's get jiggy with it.
And I'm your host, the Roast Master General himself, Jake Flores. Brr, 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 brr. Thank you. You might be saying, but I thought the Roast Master General was Jeff Ross. Well, it's not anymore. He died in a roast battle. And now I'm the new guy because of my clearly superior wit. Okay, so no, I'm just kidding. He was just dishonorably discharged from the roast military for fucking a child. Did you guys hear about this? That's something that happened
Yes.
last year. Jeff Ross, the roast guy, is a pedophile. Jeff Ross could not be here because his girlfriend had to use the computer to go to school. Jeff.
Only in 2020.
Yeah. Jeff Ross is such a fat pedophile. Pizzagate is what he calls his mouth. Hey, folks. It's a conspiracy theory about pedophiles. That's why he started wearing a detective hat. He's like O.J. Simpson style guilty. He's like, I don't know who fucked all these kids, but I'm going to solve the mystery. Jeff Ross is a pedophile is the premise of my set. Okay. Anyways, we're not here to talk about Jeff Ross. We're here to roast our good friend, the year 2020. Come on down. And this is where, if you're listening, you imagine an embodiment of the year 2020 walking out onto the stage and shaking hands with like David Spade and Ice-T and people like that. So I guess it would look like the way they depict angels like in the Bible, where it's just like a horrifying mass of information. And it's the Tiger King guy is in there somewhere, and then there's Dr. Fauci, and it makes your eyes scream to watch. All right, everyone. We've got a huge dais. We've got 12 comedians, podcasters, internet people here to roast the worst year of all time, the dumpster fire, if you will. It's an original joke that we came up with here at the show to describe a year. I didn't steal it from everything.
Were we the first to coin dumpster fire?
I think we did it. Yeah. No,
Okay.
They need to pay us for that. Dude, I watched
If
that
anyone from the Library of Congress is listening, make sure to make a note of that attribution.
It's really, I hate that joke. They did it, just a sidebar, if anyone watched that Charlie Brooker like 2020 thing, that's basically the premise of the show we're doing on Netflix, it's really bad. Maybe we'll talk about it later in the show. But first, let's get into the roast, everyone. Welcome to the stage, your first roaster, Alex Ptak to roast January. All right.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jake.
Attack!
Yeah.
Hey, no worries, everybody. Let's get down to the matter at hand. I'm roasting January, first month of the year. What a month! You know, they say January sets the tone for the whole year. And pal, it would have been better off if the tone for this month was dial tone. I'm telling you, after this one, I'm reconsidering my stance on abortion just to get rid of Baby New Year. And that's kind of for everyone who knows how pro-life I am. Now, let's get into it. So January, we're going through this thing, and I think we all remember the invasion of desert locusts in Eastern Africa. Remember that and the devastation it caused around the entire Horn? Oh, man. It's been a problem all year with these locusts, and one we all know about. They say even a small swarm of these things can eat the same amount a day as 35,000 people. Or one person, if you count my fat ex-wife. She is very fat, and it is a serious issue, much like this devastating swarm encroaching on the border of Yemen. What else? What else we got going on in January? The WHO declares coronavirus a public health emergency. This is when you're hearing about it. And this is we start hearing. I remember the first time they tell me that it was a novel coronavirus, and I'm like, a novel coronavirus? Does it also come in pumpkin spice? Yeah, hey, do me a favor and kill me with a virus-flavored virus like the mumps. That's what we used to have. We'd have the mumps and we'd die of it. Oh, my God. You know what else happened in January? Qasem Soleimani, the feared shadow commander of Iran, was slain in Iraq by a U.S. drone strike. And everyone thought it was going to be World War III, didn't we? I mean, this is the shadow commander of the legendary Quds Force we're talking about. Remember that? I was so worried the nukes were going to start flying. I called up my fat ex-wife and asked him if I could move back into her house just around all the fucking Twinkies again. Now, for that joke, you have to understand my ex-wife, she has a health condition where she can only eat Twinkies, which is why she is so fat. And this was before she died of coronavirus in February, the first woman I truly loved. And rounded it all out. What else in January? Oh, this is a big one. I think we all remember this. The BoJack Horseman finale aired at the end of the month, January 31st, capping it all off. We all watched that. BoJack Horseman finale. The last time a horse that unfunny got put down was when Mr. Ed caught AIDS from the world's saddest orphan. A different thing we all remember. But that's another year, and that's it for January. Thanks for having me, everybody. I'm having a great time. Thanks for having me.
All right. That was Alex Ptak, the roast master, everyone. He's also the roast master.
Two roast masters.
Yeah. I really thought that you were going to say something about your ex-wife with that last one. You threw me for a loop, man.
I kind of felt like I did enough to her, considering how what happened later.
Cool, man. Yeah. So January was quite a year. I think also Kobe Bryant died. I wrote that down. Couldn't come up with any jokes about it, though, because it was mostly very sad.
Nothing funny to say. Not like this locust swarm, which is still going. By the way, look into the locust swarm.
Yeah. I feel like that happened. There's like a news story about that once every 6 months, and then you just sort of forget. They never.
What is there to say?
I don't know. They're
I
just
bet
out
there's
there.
a lot of locust content on like CBN where they're like, "Hey, the locusts are coming again for the 5th time in 40 years.
Here they are.
Yeah.
They're coming around the bend. It's like a race commentary.
Right.
Yeah, like a horse race.
They have a weather guy, a sports guy, and a locust guy on Christian Broadcasting Network.
Yeah, you know who
I'm
would have
glad you
reported
explained
about
what
that.
CBN was, because I did not know what it was.
Christian Broadcasting Network. The joke. It's all coming together.
Oh, wait,
That's
I get
great.
it, because
Yes.
it's in the Bible. That's in the
'Cause
Bible.
It's in the Bible.
Okay. Interesting. You know who would have reported on that? Larry. What's his face? He got COVID.
Kobe
King?
Bryant.
Larry King has COVID.
King? What? Oh, dang.
shit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, it's very
My
sad.
coworker.
Well, there's nothing funny about that.
Yeah.
He has a lot of fat ex-wives.
Hell yeah.
I believe it. He's a very charming man, and we wish him the best.
All right, well, fucking suck on that, January of 2020. Okay, it was also when my birthday was. It was a good month.
Me too.
Moving on to Roast February of 2020. Pod damn America's own Anders Lee.
Anders Lee here. I have been studying the stylings of the Comedy Central roasts to get February. And I just feel the need to preface this by saying this is not my style of comedy. I was really trying to emulate the spirit of the Comedy Central roasts. But these are not jokes. So maybe they were even written by somebody else. And I have no choice but to say them contractually. But don't hold me responsible for these. These are CCR Spirit, another acronym, Comedy Central Roast Spirit. February 2020 was cold, wet, and full of hope, much like a man trying to escape Lisa Lampanelli's pudenda. Tell you this, the ruling class was nice enough to give us 1 month to feel like the world could actually be a better place. But folks, of course, it was the shortest month of the year, February.
Get its ass.
If you want more hard-hitting, anti-establishment comedy like that, please check out my other job, Redacted, tonight. Actually, folks, it wasn't even the entire month since Joe Biden, won South Carolina at the end. The last time an old white piece of shit got that many black people to turn out for them was when a train was being run on Lisa Lampanelli. That's not a knock on the people of South Carolina, black or otherwise. It's just a recognition, a well-documented recognition that Lisa Lampanelli has a preference for well-endowed African-American men. They really could have used her on the Pete Buttigieg campaign.
Oh, shit.
Mayor Pete's poor showing among anyone who does not subscribe to Rachel Maddow's Patreon. Or OnlyFans, maybe. Didn't stop him from claiming victory in the Iowa caucus. That was thanks to the Shadow app, which was also used to watch Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, which came out in February 2020. Full circle.
Oh, shit.
See what I did?
Yeah, I like it.
The first case of coronavirus to kill an American was also in February 2020, and they had to lock down the state of Washington. And the last time they had to do that was when You Know You're Right came out in 2002, the unreleased Kurt Cobain track. And this one was more like You're Sick. That was just off the dome. That one was just, I needed a COVID joke in there, so
Yeah.
that was riffed. Last but not least, who can forget the Super Bowl in February 2020 when the Kansas City Chiefs, led by Patrick Mahomes, defeated the San Francisco 49ers. And then for the halftime show, we got to see Lisa Lampanelli get Kansas City chiefed and do some 69ing. Oh, wait, I guess that's just what I watched.
Masterful.
So a lot of people muted their mics for this, but they're absolutely.
Anders, I was laughing a whole lot. Don't worry.
I was laughing so hard.
February.
I guess
bad.
we can unmute the mics. Before the thing, I was like, maybe we should mute them. No, it's fun with the laughter. Fuck it. Well, Anders, that was some masterful roasting there. You really got Lisa Lampanelli's ass in the.
Jake, I think that was the saddest sentence I've ever heard. It's fun, the laughter.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to laugh.
I think they said that in The Day the Clown Cried.
Yeah.
Sounded like a quote from The Watchmen. It is fun, the laughter, the time of our lives.
Oh yeah, that fucking rules. So February, I don't know. Is there anything more to say about it? Alex, did you see that Sonic the Hedgehog movie? That seems like something's up your alley.
I believe I saw it with TV's David Sitrick in the very chat.
Man. The last movie I saw before lockdown.
What happened? Didn't they remaster that because people were roasting the trailer too hard?
Yeah, the original trailer came out, and like the first pass of that movie, Sonic had deeply unsettling teeth. And they were like, these teeth are too unsettling. We have to go make this so that children won't look at that and go like, wow, those are unsettling teeth.
Wow. Were they too
Well,
human?
hopefully this roast gets them to remaster 2020. Am I right?
Damn, it's a damn dumpster fire.
Goodness.
I
I'd
believe
like
they
to return my Lisa Lampanelli, please.
I believe the teeth were too human. That was the problem. It was a very uncanny valley sort of situation.
Yeah.
I thought they were too hedgehog-like, and then they returned them to make them more human. Is that wrong? Let's look into this for a different podcast we're doing.
Let's move on. That was February. Take that, you fucking second month of the year. Come on down. The next month, March, and roasting March will be Ben Wasserman. Do-do-do-do.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Cut the music. Wow, it's so good to be here on the roast. It's hard for me because I made a New Year's resolution to only be the kindest, sweetest Ben I can be. So I will do my best. But heads up, who knows how this is going to go. So, March, who named COVID-19 officially a pandemic? Who named COVID-19 a pandemic? I have a question. Who? What? What does that mean still? I've mostly not been paying attention for a while, so I'm glad who's out of the way, but now can we answer the what, please? Thank you. Next up on my list of March, and to really... Tiger King. We all remember we went into full-on lockdown, and Tiger King hit the waves, and everybody was... you had Joe Exotic, who was a tiger tamer and a magician and a country singer and a politician and a meth head. And it's almost like, what can't he do? Well, I'll tell you something Joe Exotic can't do. Be ugly. Guy's hot as hell. I love him, and I would like to, if he gets out, I am here to fuck and marry Joe Exotic. I am also Poly Joe. Hit me up if you're listening to PDA in the PEN. That's Penn. He is still in jail. And Joe, if you are not about police and prison abolition yet, just think about this. Hot as hell, Joe Exotic is locked up. So let's free them all, especially Joe. What else? Okay Boomer Girl went viral. Okay Boomer, I got a question. What? Okay, what? That's that. Where'd she go? And how is she? And I got another question. How is she doing now? So if who could tell us how Okay Boomer Girl is, how she is now, I'd love an answer. And as Jake mentioned, the laughs would be nice at some point. We have opened this up to an interactive. I understand I'm maybe not as prepared as the rest of everyone else. Isn't Lisa Lampanelli? I hope she's alive. Okay, the Imagine video came out in March. You guys remember the Imagine video? Hey, here's a thought. Imagine if that was a good idea. What a bad idea. Really bad. I'd like to unimagine that. I wish I could only imagine it, but actually it was real and made, and that stinks. And see, now the mean streak is starting to come in. I'm starting to say that things stink now. The Olympics were canceled. The Olympics were canceled. What did Seth Simon say this time? What would they? Okay, get Shane Gillis on the triathlon. The NBA was suspended. Why? Because it smoked a little weed? That's a little joke for anyone who watches the NBA. They love suspending their players for smoking weed.
Let them cheat.
I'm done. Yeah, they're chiefing it. I'm done. I loved March. Honestly, March ruled. I love 2020. I don't know what you guys are all bragging about. So much personal growth.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Sourdough?
Fuck yeah. Alt comedy.
Thank you for
roast.
having me.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah.
I liked March a lot too. I know it's kind of the worst month of the year if you look at it on a timeline, because that's when like shit went down. But I enjoy staying inside and watching things and reading things. So I think it was cool. And the Imagine video was like terrible, so everyone got to make fun of like celebrities on it and stuff. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, we really built community in March. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Bring it back.
Bring it back.
It's coming back.
My favorite thing about the Imagine video
March is coming back.
was that there were celebrities in it that like no one knew who they were, and people were just like, wait a minute, stop at 26 seconds. Who the fuck is that? And it would like be a person that no one could even identify, which is cool because it means that they're like their own weird micro community now. And their entire
We got David Sitrick on the Imagine video at minute 45.
My favorite part of the Imagine video was all the funny parodies that comedians made. There were just thousands of funny parodies of the Imagine video.
Oh, I detect a bit of sarcasm in your voice, Ben Wasserman.
No, I love content. And,
I was in one of those videos. We sang Papa Roach, and it came out pretty good.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Yeah, that one sucked too, David. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
It's a roast. No one's safe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the DAIS. You're getting roasted by the DAIS. Ice-T's back there. He's like, get that motherfucker. He won't be doing a set though. He's just on he got cut out. You know how that happens in the Comedy Central roast sometimes? There'll be like somebody gets cut out. You just see them on the couch, but they never talk.
Yeah.
Oh, like that time Courtney Love was blacked out and they had to cut it out because it was too sad for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, she's here, but she's cut out. All right. Speaking of cut out, our next roaster is also not here. So what we will be doing is using a little bit of radio magic to insert his set about the month of April into this part of the podcast right here, and go.
Hey, thank you guys so much. Thank you for having me. Hey everyone. So if you don't know me, it's because I've been buried under a pile of ramen and cum underwear for the last 9 months. And if you do know me, it's probably because during the pandemic, I got 160,000 followers on TikTok, which is cool, but ultimately holds the same amount of social clout as someone on Twitter with 2,000 followers getting a blue check mark. We've got a lot of incredible months here tonight, people. I see July of 2020 is here. Looks like June and August decided to stop double teaming your hole for a couple seconds so everyone could remember that you were a month that happened. Speaking of cum dumpsters, December 1956 is here. Hello, you unthinkable whore. For those of you who weren't invited to the orgy, 1957 was the year that the most babies were born in the U.S. to date, and August is the most popular month for babies to be born in, which means December 1956 is the most popular month to have a baby fucked into you. Oh, I'm sorry. Can someone explain what sex is to April of 1934? This virgin wouldn't know a threesome if they were getting their whole double teamed by June and August. Ah, yes, the 30s, the Great Depression. Speaking of depression, April 2020, you washed up, coked out reality TV producer of a month. You really pulled out all the shocking twists this year, huh? At the beginning of you, we hit 1 million COVID cases worldwide, and at the end of you, we hit 1 million cases in America alone. And despite those horrifying milestones, it was during you that states first eased up on COVID restrictions for some reason. You made Bernie drop out of the presidential race and had him endorse Biden, a guy who in the 90s probably wrote a bill that gave the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse choo-choo trains that run on nonviolent offenders. And, worst of all, you canceled Wimbledon for the first time since World War II. The only thing that was holding me together was the opportunity to see rich people doing their little grunts as they hit their little balls at each other at 150 miles per hour. I'm sorry. Wimbledon is just very important to me and my family, so just give me a second. Okay, I'm good. And to cover all that up, you had the government release actual footage of UFOs, and America responded, Oh, you just saw that? Yeah, it's pretty good. But have you heard of QAnon? I mean, I don't blame you for trying to make something happen. Look at what you have for holidays to work with. April Fool's Day, 420, Arbor Day, and Earth Day, my birthday. The only people who celebrate your holidays are shitty YouTubers, hippies that think today's weed is too potent, and my mom. What about Easter? Shut the fuck up. Easter is a holiday for people with kids and presidents that need to pretend they're Christians. And to guarantee we all went absolutely nuts, you are when Trump, after spending months saying the virus wasn't a big deal, suggested that it might be a good idea to inject disinfectants directly into the body to fight COVID. Which, after the year we've had, was his only good idea. But don't worry, it wasn't all bad. Taylor Swift threw a Zoom concert called We Can Beat This. And if you don't remember that happening, that's because it was Lady Gaga and it was called Together at Home and nobody watched it. If you had any decency, you would have let that meteor hit us and put us all out of our misery in spectacular fashion instead of this slow corporate-approved death march to our graves. But seriously, April 2020, I've known you for a long time. You do incredible work and you're one of my best friends. So, hey, I love you, buddy. Thank you for all the good times.
And we're back. Oh my God, that was insane.
So funny.
It's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my God.
April.
God
That's
damn.
Alex Collyard, his birthday month.
Will April
Showers.
ever?
I hope those came up.
Will it ever recover? You know, who knows?
Yeah.
Show
Maybe they'll
business
just
is a
skip it.
lie. It's all a lie.
They might
Shut
just
up,
skip
David.
it after that. They might just go straight from March to May, which is going to be a big shock to the system weather-wise. But I think we can do it.
Oof.
Yeah, it'll be like new daylight savings type shit. We'll blame it on farmers or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know. Up next to roast the month of May, welcome to the DAIS, Rose Vineshank. Rose Vineshank.
Okay, hey everyone. Doing the month of May. This was about the time the murder hornets showed up. So, as opposed to the calm, introspective, and highly popular regular hornets that everyone knew and loved, the murder hornets showed up. This was a time when people were spreading false info about the virus because we were trying to figure it out. Moms were sending texts to all their kids and stuff saying like, you know, my friend Cheryl sent this. It's official info from Dr. Wuhan himself. And then it'll say something like, the coronavirus lives in your mouth and can be killed by swallowing. And then girls on OnlyFans are like, yes, I told you God loves us.
Oh, yeah. I remember when people thought it was in your nose. Like, I was cleaning out my nose at one point.
There was another thing going around that was saying, like, we needed to put salt on stuff, and everyone believed it. And it was like, damn, all we had to do was season the virus. I guess white people are...
Oh, yeah. There's a white people joke in there somewhere.
Yeah.
At this point of the year, pretty much everyone was playing Animal Crossing and not showering or, like, wearing deodorant. I guess that's it for your flimsy acts. I don't know. At this point, I think masks were pretty normalized. But for me, I wore glasses, which sucked. I think for anyone wearing glasses, that sucked. It was pretty much anytime you exhale, it was like that steamy car sex scene in Titanic. Ooh. But the only thing getting fucked is your ability to see.
Hell yeah.
Fuck vision.
Take that, vision.
At this point, this was when everyone had finished binge watching Tiger King. And they actually decided to reopen the Carol Baskin murder case.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And everyone was like, she did it. She's so evil. And then my thing is I know she did it, but as a lesbian, I don't see an issue with getting rid of your husband and adopting a few cats.
Yeah, fair enough. She's an icon.
Lesbians had it really hard this pandemic because all the restaurants are closed and we like to eat out.
There you go. What? Can't you just switch the lingo to Grubhub? That's disgusting. I'm gonna start calling eating pussy Grubhub.
Totally is.
Last thing that happened, the George Floyd protests were in full effect. And white women everywhere collectively put down their foot against injustice and said, this is wrong. No more will you call us Karen.
Yeah, people were really mad about the Karen thing.
They were as I walk through the valley of the shadow of this Barnes & Noble, I fear no self-awareness, for the manager art with me. Thou preparest a table before me, and I will probably complain about it.
Hell yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, white women love to
that
pretend to be Samuel L. Jackson.
Behind closed doors.
Word. Well, thank you for roasting the month of May, Rose Vineshank, all the way from Baltimore, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. You're there. Balmer.
Balmer?
I'm in D.C.
Oh, hey.
What's your address?
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
People who ask me.
Hey, I got a question about May. May I have another? I love that month. What a great month.
I have a question. Actually, what did everybody think before? I know we all probably know about May Day being, the Workers' Day, but what did everybody think before? Did you buy like the Calvin Hobbes comic that made you think it was jumping on an airplane? That's what I thought.
Wait,
yeah, I also
a battleship term.
Calvin Hobbes thing.
You thought it was a battleship term, Alice?
Yeah.
I thought it was just for when you're on a battleship from Calvin and Hobbes.
Before I knew it was a Workers' Day, all I knew about May Day, I learned watching an episode of Gullah Gullah Island on Nick Jr., which I think missed a lot of the historical context of it.
That is a deep cut.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You're deep in the Gullah now.
Yeah.
Take that.
Also,
go ahead.
What if instead of Grubhub, what if we started calling it DoorGash? I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh, man. Actually, you know what? All of them are terrible. Like caviar? That's disgusting.
What about
looking to chow now?
What was that last one?
Uber Teats.
Uber Teats. There you go. Yeah. All right. Well, take that, May. Get your May ass out of here. Moving on to roast the month of June. Welcome to the stage, David Sitrick, the roast master.
All right. So the month of June, obviously, big month of protests. The George Floyd protests in full swing. Cities on fire. President Trump sending in the National Guard because people kept putting cities on fire. It's real dramatic. People getting shot in the eyes with rubber bullets. A lot of horrible things happening. Stark contrast to Earth 2, where all those things happened, but President Hillary Clinton asked people to Pokemon go back to their homes. Like, yes, Earth 2, yes, we have sound cannons that make you feel like you're burning, but while they do it, they play Party in the USA, okay? It's Earth 2. All right. This is a very Earth 2 centric bit.
2.
Hope we It's like, yes, people died while they're voting, but they did it just because they wanted to. All right. Every third rubber bullet fired was a glitter bomb. Earth 2.
Woo, Earth 2.
Jeffrey Epstein's still alive. Earth 2. Feel like I'm losing steam here.
Earth 2.
PC fans love this part.
Yeah, right. Jeff Ross's girlfriend was still a teenager, but so was Jeff Ross. Earth 2. Chris D'Elia is not a pedophile. He's just a magician. Earth 2. I don't know. That's all I've got. Okay.
All right. Earth 2. I love it. I think my favorite part of June was the fireworks conspiracy theories. That was that's really weird thing that everyone experienced that we all just kind of forgot about like a month later.
What was even the conspiracy?
That the FBI was giving out fireworks to everyone to try to keep people from being able to sleep or something.
Yeah, it was the sleep deprivation up.
Sure.
Cops and fire departments were setting off fireworks that were given to them by the FBI to destabilize all of us.
And my favorite were thinking we're trying to make it was the cops trying to make themselves seem more necessary because of all these loud explosions. You need somebody to stop them.
My favorite story from June I heard was in Minneapolis, famously a Target was burned down and looted. And the day after it happened, there was some teenager who went there amidst the rubble, in a red shirt and khakis, standing by the front door, asking people if he could help them find anything.
That's pretty funny.
Great.
It's funny to think that the only thing stopping us from setting off fireworks every night is the police. Like if the police.
Yeah, fireworks, Law and Order, fireworks squad.
Yeah.
My favorite memory from June is actually outside Kate's apartment building on the front stoop. We had a little birthday party for yours truly on the sidewalk, which not everybody walking by was a fan of, but for the most part, everyone was cool with it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
One time. Yeah. We
It's
drank
really
Kratom. Big gallon of Kratom for everybody.
Would you say
If only there was
drank Kratom?
I dosed you with it. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, interesting. You did CIA fucking MK Ultra to me with COVID though, or with
I gave you COVID. Yes.
I'm sorry, with Kratom. With Kratom.
You just mixed up COVID and Kratom.
Well, it's because I'm so high on Kratom right now. Dude, that'd be so funny. Remember that fucking that documentary on Netflix about the guy who's like, they dosed my dad with LSD?
Yeah.
If we made that documentary, but it's about Anders, and it's like, he just kept doing it, Kratom.
Because that guy talks so funny. I love that guy. Just his mannerisms and everything's like, you're on the wrong case, man. Fun documentary.
I like the part of that documentary where he exhumes his father's body and he just goes, his penis was fully intact.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You said it like a joke, but it was just a fact.
Speaking of penis fully intact, I don't know if any of you guys have watched How To with John Wilson, but it's like this new HBO show. There's a guy in it who shows up who's a foreskin restoration activist. He owns a company called TLC Tugger, and he's on Twitter. It's weird. He's mostly just retweets stuff about the show, but he's also, I found this out from looking at his Twitter page, big Pod Save America fan. So,
Ooh. Can I have a brief interlude about this quick? Something happened the other day with this. So me, Jake, and Spector, among others, were at a campfire the other day, and we were like obliquely referencing this episode of How To. And me and Jake were talking about it like in very vaguely, trying to like not spoil it for anybody. And then like later that night, Spector texted me going like, "Hey, what was that thing you were talking about?" And I was like, "Have you not watched the episode?" And he was like, "No, I did. I just don't know any twist or reveal or anything memorable about it." And he was bugging me about it for like 20 minutes. And then finally was like, "Oh, do you mean the guy showing his penis?" It's like, yes. How could I have meant anything else, David?
There's nothing funny about the crime of male genital mutilation.
Okay. I see. They've taken David from us.
Save it for your segment, pal.
All right.
He was like, I thought you were talking about the Mandela effect guys. I was like, no, I'm talking about the guy who had his penis in a pulley contraption.
Yeah, the weird part of that episode, David Spector. All right. Well, moving along. That was June. Up next, roasting the month of July, Melissa Rocha, whose name I mispronounced earlier. Melissa, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me. Hi, everybody. A bunch of things happened in July, and I like Ben. I'm just a very nice person, so it's hard for me to be mean sometimes. But Hamilton, the musical, did come out. Was it for free?
Yeah, it was on like a streaming app or something.
It was like on TV or something, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote a joke or two about Lin-Manuel. All right.
Okay.
Lin-Manuel's eyes looks like he's a stinky boy, but he's the only one who can't smell it. And everyone around him is always like, does he know he smells like that?
Get his ass.
I'm Mexican, but Lin-Manuel makes me ashamed to just look Puerto Rican.
Nice. Yeah.
Lin-Manuel made me want to kill myself.
Oh.
Holy shit.
July was a rough month for me, and Lin-Manuel did not help.
Yeah.
This is an indictment.
Yeah, Lin-Manuel is not good for self-care. His reign of terror needs to end.
I like when he bites his lip.
Look at that thing. Yeah.
Needs to bite it shut.
Is that your entire set? Is just a takedown
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. That's fine. That'll work. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I couldn't. I was like NBA bubble. I don't know what that is. I don't know what blue checks are.
No,
everything was made of cake. Everything was made of cake, but I couldn't get mad enough about it
Yeah,
to
that
care.
was awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the cake stuff was cool.
I didn't care.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that you chose to write about the one thing that actually angered you, which is Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'll take that. The Hamilton thing was funny to me because, like, rich people were all allowed to watch Hamilton specifically, and they would, rich people don't take like a fucking tape, like a recorder to the thing and then bootleg it. So no one was allowed to see it under a certain income bracket until this summer when we were all quarantined, and I guess they were just like, oh, we'll finally let these people watch this thing that we've been bragging about that's so cool. And then like all these celebrities and like rich people online were like mad because everyone was like, this fucking sucks. They were like, no, it's cool. I thought it was a pretty funny summer. One thing that happened over the summer was that Lin locked his Twitter account because he was like being cyberbullied or whatever.
He was being cyberbullied. Yeah, I probably was part of that.
He has millions of followers, though.
Wasn't there a picture of him with Ghislaine Maxwell? Wasn't that like part of it?
Oh wait, that was part of it, wasn't it?
But
wait, what?
I know that he was. We may have talked about this before, or people may have heard about it. But he did actually go to high school with Immortal Technique.
Yeah.
And apparently, at one point, Technique threw him in a trash can.
Hell yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Wow. And then he
That's
still
happening
did
this year. Yeah.
improv hip hop after that.
Yeah, he can't be stopped. He must be stopped. We need to bully him harder.
It doesn't work, Jake. We need to come up with a new plan.
What, Otto? I appreciate you chiming in the chat. Go ahead and read this. Lin-Manuel.
Who should read that? Should we get it straight from the source? Audio, who do you want to read it?
Oh my God, Otto.
I think we all want Anders to read it.
Anders, why don't you go ahead and read Otto's joke?
Lin-Manuel, more like life would be better sin Manuel. That's without Manuel for all my Spanish speakers.
That's right.
And with that broadcasting voice, it comes to life too.
Herman Cade also died that month. Moving on, August. We'll be roasted.
Bye, July.
Yeah, take that, July, and Lin-Manuel Miranda. August roasted by Otto Fernandez. Welcome to the show. You may now speak in your human voice, Otto.
Hello.
Oh man, August. What a month. What a month. Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion dropped their song Wet Ass Pussy. And in response, people dropped their wet ass towel opinions. Parents got so offended when this song dropped. They were saying things like, oh, my children can't listen to this song. It's mad inappropriate. Listen, if your kids got to masturbate with the sound turned off and their earbuds in a computer, you can do the same thing when jerking off to the music video to Wet Ass Pussy, okay? That's just my opinion. That's my 2 cents. It's fine. And another thing, like, there is a clean version of this song. Wet Ass Pussy, obviously, explicit. But the song dropped on YouTube, and I remember watching it, and it was the edited, clean version. And instead of Wet Ass Pussy, I was hearing Wet and Gushy. Wet and Gushy, right. And listen.
That's it. Wait, I thought that song was a different one about Lisa Lampanelli.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Andrews.
Roast master.
That's White Ass Pussy.
So many different songs in this genre.
I like that Alex is emoji reacting to jokes in the Zoom chat.
For the podcast listener, Alex did a wow react to that wet ass pussy joke.
David's doing a cry laugh.
Oh, okay. Let me continue. All right, then. Let me get the emojis going. Let me keep these emojis going. Now, Cardi B has been grinding for years to get to where she is today. So I'm going to give her a hint of unsolicited advice. You know what I'm saying? Parents are offended at, the content of the song. But if she used the clean version and Gushy in the Fruit Gushers commercial, there would be no controversy. You know what I'm saying? Wet and Gushy isn't about pussy anymore. It's about, just fruit candy, just things gushing in your mouth, for kids. That's just regular, everyday. She could have gotten a check for that, but what else in August? Oh, yeah. Trump tried to kill the post office, trying to prevent these mail-in ballots from, going out or going back in. And, Trump was worried about the wrong office, because I'm jumping ahead a few months, but The Office just left Netflix. He should have been worried about that, okay? Ballots deciding who the president's going to be, those come and go, but people looking for the Jim to their Pam or the Pam to their Jim, like that shit lasts forever, apparently, because The Office is one of those shows that people just hold on to. But I have another theory. Trump tried to kill the post office because he never gets any mail. Like, no one has ever Trump a Christmas card. No one has ever sent him a birthday card. No one has ever sent this man an Earth Day card, okay? He's just a hateful individual who's going to take it out on all his constituents, the people, the voters, whatever you want to call them. Let's see what else happened in August. Oh, yeah, Jeff Bezos became the richest man in the world, or the richest man in history. He's worth $105 billion, $132 billion. I've seen a couple of different amounts, but I still don't believe it, because unless he had like I don't know. What am I trying? How am I going to put this? Okay, we've all seen the movie It's a Wonderful Life, right? Unless he got to see what the world would be like if he was dead, and then he got on this crazy-ass journey. He had a guardian angel showing him, like, oh, yeah, this person is worse off because you weren't born, and this person is worse off because you weren't born, and blah, blah, blah. And then he had this big epiphany at the end, like, oh, man, I'm so happy I'm alive, and I'm so happy because, like, all my friends and family. So what if I'm Jeff Bezos? Like, I'm good. Like, I'm the richest man in the world. Like, listen, he's not the richest man in the world if he didn't see what the world is like if he was dead. And that's a very long-winded way of me saying It's a Wonderful Life is on Netflix, I think.
All right.
I was pretty quiet out recently, and I was just on my mind, okay? And another thing about Bezos is I'm a Jay-Z fan, but I'm not one of those Jay-Z fans who sucks his dick because of how much money he has. Jay-Z also became a billionaire in 2020. Like, maybe if Jeff Bezos made Reasonable Doubt, maybe then I'd get it. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I know, he just looks like Vulture from Spider-Man. He's just like a bald dude. Like, I don't really know. You know what I mean? Like, he's rich, sure, but he's done nothing for the culture, man.
Yeah.
Like, okay. The Boys is a good show, but that's it. Like, that's not really, he had nothing to do with that. God-damn.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. Rap battle Otto Jeff Bezos. That'd be cool.
Auto-tune Jeff Bezos.
Auto-tune Jeff Bezos. Well,
Jeff Bezos could hire the most ghostwriters. He could hire all the elite ghostwriters. He would beat my ass in a rap battle if that were to actually happen.
do you think with the power of that much money, he could win a rap battle? Like, that much money versus probably not having any like rhythm or skill for something like rapping? Could you buy enough people?
He would get lessons. He would like train to be a rapper.
Yeah. You think?
I still think Otto. I think Otto would still win.
Andrews, do you have a self-portrait of yourself behind you?
My girlfriend's also in it.
Roasted like the month of August. You
how
bitch.
How do you know it's a self-portrait, Spector?
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So it's not a self-portrait.
Yeah, I'm not a good enough drawer, which is not a term, illustrator. I will say, though, speaking of illustration, I have to recognize the very nice illustrations of Prince on Otto's shirt.
Oh, yeah, I bought this at a stoop sale. I'm gonna lie and say that I bought this shirt in August, and I got it for $2.
Nice. August.
Nice.
On theme.
Purchase. On theme.
Also, I totally agree that I think WAP, the video, is a great sort of jumping off point for kids who are getting sexually educated, because it's not the hardcore penetrative stuff yet, but it is like enough to kind of get you curious and interested in how sex works. And you can learn from there, what does it mean to be a wet pussy? Why does a pussy get wet? How do you...
It happens at Big House. We know that.
Yeah.
Khloe Kardashian is there.
I would much
There's a
prefer
fountain.
kids to be jacking off to, or, humping off, as some kids should do, which is natural, to wet-ass pussy video than some of the pornography that you see on the internet today. I think it's a lot more, what's the word? Lot more...
Valiant.
We are getting pretty far from the premise of the show, so I'm gonna have to
I gotta hear about September.
Andrews, can you please explain the concept of humping off?
No.
It's kind of a deep cut. My girlfriend, it's a masturbation method that involves humping rather than just fapping.
You hump off.
No,
what
guys,
is there to know? It was August.
I have to wrangle the show a little bit here and get us moving along, because this is a podcast and it's an audio format thing. All right, well, take that. Netflix, Jeff Bezos, wet ass pussy. Well, no,
the haters.
Toast
The haters.
wet-ass pussy. The haters in the month of August. That was Otto Fernandez, everybody. Up next to roast the month of September, Naomi Karavani. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. What a night. What a night. September. That's the month when kids usually go back to school. However, in 2020, the only kids that went anywhere were kids delivered in a Wayfair dresser.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Jeff Ross ordered that shit.
Yeah. In September, we lost Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She's known as a beloved athlete, action figure, and she had an ass that just won't quit. We really wanted her to quit under Obama.
She was an athlete?
Well, she has that workout that, I don't know, she was famous for her workouts.
Yeah.
The Notorious RBG's death was just as big of a mystery as that of Notorious B.I.G.'s. I'm just kidding. We all know Suge Knight murdered both of them.
Yeah, she was shot in her prime.
6'3" is the height at which men get fucked. It's also the ratio at which the Supreme Court got fucked by conservative votes.
Roasted.
The Supreme Court is so fucked, you'd think it would need to keep Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
There are more conservatives on the Supreme Court than the bottom of the Texas lake where the Trump boat parade took place. Another September reference.
Oh, I remember that. That was fun.
Okay.
And the
There are
boat
more
sank.
conservatives on the Supreme Court than there were in Ben Shapiro's sister's pussy, including Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, he fucks his
Wants
sister.
to fuck his sister, folks.
That makes two of us.
The Mulan live-action remake was so bad it was Disney's payback for China releasing the virus.
Yes.
It
Which
was
they did.
Mulan without the charisma and the songs. Even Mulan's father is like, it would be better for everyone if you were a doctor. That's some ethnic parent humor. Euphoria. And a gender reveal party started a forest fire, and surprise, surprise, none of the news reports revealed the gender of the baby. I couldn't find it anywhere. Where was it? And this is also the month of Shut Up Man.
What was that?
Biden told Trump to shut up.
Oh, shut up, man. I thought you said ma'am.
Ma'am.
Shut up, man.
That's what I got for September.
Sick. All right. Mulan, more like Mulan flu. Is there anything there? Can we do something with that? Take that, Mulan. You're like a Wuhan wet market. I don't know. The Rose Garden super spreader event happened. That shit was pretty funny. That's where Trump got COVID. The juice.
Where everybody got COVID, but nobody died. So it was like very disappointing.
Yeah. The juice skater guy happened in September. Remember that? The Fleetwood
yeah, he
Mac
was
guy?
drinking the juice.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was fun.
And then they found out that he's a bad man. So
Did they?
Is
he
he?
can't love his juice because he
Wait, what
says the
happened?
N-word or something.
Oh no!
Did he?
He raps it. He raps it in when he's
On his skateboard while he's drinking other juice.
That's longboard culture, to be
A
honest.
different juice too.
I don't remember.
I don't know which kind of
Skateboard.
juice there were no more. In September, it was just the one juice.
Yeah.
Ocean Spray.
Fuck him. He's out of my life now.
Yeah, he's fucking dead to me. Juice skater guy. Fuck off.
I was gonna make this scarf for him, but now I'm not.
Yeah.
Oh.
For the listener, Ben is making a scarf this whole podcast.
Yeah, but I've been pretty participatory too. I think.
You're doing a good
No one
And you're
said
job.
you
making
can't make
friendship
one.
bracelets.
Oh, I'll make friendship bracelets for everybody. That'll say we love 2020.
No, I won't take it.
Everyone is doing a good job. Thank you. I appreciate it. This show didn't have much of a format for listeners, so if it sounds like we're dicking off, we are. We're humping off, as Anders
yeah.
would say.
We're humping off.
Yes, we're all humping off.
Okay, up next to roast the month of October, Kate Willett. Come on down. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah.
So I chose October because it was the most feminist month, in my opinion. There was a lot going on in October, but I wanted to talk about a couple ones that really stood out to me. 2020 has dealt some real setbacks to feminism. Women all over the country have had to quit their jobs, give up their dreams, and get back in the kitchen. So it's no surprise the Queen's Gambit was the feminist hit of October because it showed a woman succeeding in two areas women can still excel at during a pandemic: playing board games, and doing drugs.
Hell yeah.
October was also Halloween. I loved Halloween because Halloween is a holiday for sluts who in general have had a terrible 2020. The pandemic is more into slut shaming than my mom. It has completely decimated the slut way of life. Being a slut is basically someone who is not social distancing. Before 2020, being a super spreader meant something entirely different. So the least 2020 could do, in my opinion, was give us sluts one day to dress up as slutty essential workers.
Grubhub is open.
There you go.
That's it.
All right.
It flew by, October 2020.
Hell yeah.
Over in a second.
You said I was supposed to write 2 jokes, so I wrote 2 jokes.
You did. You did a good job. We're
Women
almost
are addicted to drugs.
done with the show.
Well, my main thing is like, I've been on your podcast before and have, made fun of you on your podcast, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make fun of you or jokingly imply that you do sexism or anything. In fact, I love the cookbook that you got me for Christmas. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I did. I got Kate an insulting trad gift for Christmas. It came with like a subtle wink, like, maybe you could get in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I did that. No, it's a good cookbook. I want to use it too. There's nothing to do in coronavirus but cook.
What cookbook?
It's just like my thing with this year is like my family is like very very Christian, and they've been telling me my whole life that like women need to get back in the kitchen, and it's like, here I am, like I'm here, like are you never satisfied, like their evangelical dreams came true.
Yeah.
Is it Moosewood?
Is it Moosewood?
No,
Is it Moosewood?
I wish a moose would.
It was a cookbook from
God damn it, Andrew.
it was a cookbook Mark Bittman.
We all love Bittman.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, he was one of the New York Times cooking writers that was not involved in problematic drama this year. He stayed above the fray.
Really? Who got into it, Bruni?
What's her name? Allison
Roman, baby.
Yeah.
How did we not talk about Allison Roman?
Vegan. I think that was in October too, and that was really my event of the year.
What did she do?
So Allison Roman said that she didn't want to make she's like into like minimalist cooking, and she didn't want to use her work as a chef to start a product line like Chrissy Teigen was doing, and people were really mad because Chrissy Teigen is one of the few women of color to achieve big success in the cooking product industry, food lifestyle industry in general, but it just became this like big battle, and I was I think I was a little bit it felt subversive when I made an Allison Roman recipe in a Chrissy Teigen pan. I did that.
Wow.
Cool. You said you made an
this
Allison.
was your coronavirus.
You made an
What?
Allison Roman recipe in a Chrissy Teigen pan.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that we had the Chrissy Teigen pans. I'm not like a huge Chrissy Teigen fan or anything like that. She's a lib, but she did beef with these QAnon people that are also trying to beef with me. So I was like, okay, a couple points on the board for Chrissy Teigen.
Okay, cool. I like it. I think making Chrissy Teigen food in an Allison Roman pan or vice versa is like using Del Taco hot sauce on Taco Bell or something. It's
Oh yeah.
socially subversive. I appreciate that. It seems like you're not supposed to do it. Cool. Other things that happened in October, the Fly thing. Remember when the libs got excited about the Fly? That was pretty
Oh, Mike
sad.
Pence's Fly.
Yeah.
I was gonna vote for him.
There was a 12-foot tall skeleton for sale from Home Depot that a lot of people bought. That was pretty cool. Trump got COVID. That's a big one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was a beautiful night on Twitter.
I can't.
Everyone was so gleeful.
Yeah, I was too traumatized to write jokes about that because I said that I hope Trump died of COVID, and that was like my whole month in October. It was like his weird fucking fans that are like, "How dare you be mean to someone? Donald Trump would never do that."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was fucking weird. Rachel Maddow was yelling at everyone to be nice to the president and shit.
Ew.
Pretty stupid month. All right. Well, take that, October. Suck our dick. Moving on. Roasting November. David Spector, come on down.
Yo, what up? It's David Spector, a.k.a. the Jeffrey Toobin of the chat. What's happening?
What's up? His dick's out.
Yo, Jeffrey Toobin, he's the only guy I know that lost money jacking off on Zoom over quarantine, huh?
Hey.
Okay, put it away, David. Come on.
I know, but I can't let Jeffrey Toobin just get off. Literally. Hey, okay. Now, when we all think about the month of November, we're all thinking about one thing. The Netflix Ron Howard directed movie Hillbilly Elegy is the first thing on everyone's minds. It was a flop, folks. Hillbilly Elegy was a flop. It stayed true to its source material by not making any money. That's right. Hillbilly Elegy, that's what you say when a meth lab explodes.
Oh.
November, you bitch.
It was also Thanksgiving. Couldn't see my family. Gotta hand it to Donald Trump. He is the all-time world champion. He's the Michael Jordan of Republicans who make Thanksgiving with my family impossible. He really is. But if anybody got into an argument with their grandparents about whether coronavirus was real, it was at least you can wait a couple months later to the payoff when they died of coronavirus. And then be like, I win, Grandma. That's her elegy. Her hillbilly elegy. There was also a presidential election. I know we're all reeling from Jo Jorgensen's surprise loss. She ran on the Libertarian ticket. If you ask me, Jo Jorgensen would have had more Libertarian support if she were under the age of consent. That was the...
Funny but true. Funny
You
but
can't
true.
say that on television.
From the clip.
Joe Biden won the election. They called it for him the first time, and then they called it for him again, and then they kept calling it for him. And people think that's because Trump was challenging it. That's not why. It's because Joe Biden has dementia and needs to be reminded of these things. That's what happened. There was allegations of voter fraud. Republicans were saying dead people were voting for Joe Biden. But let me assure you, the only dead guy who voted for Joe Biden was Joe Biden. Yeah, folks. There was a controversy about calling his wife, Jill Biden, doctor. If she's such a good doctor, why is her husband dead? I ask you.
Come on, ma'am.
They call him Amtrak Joe because Joe Biden loves the train. Joe Biden loves trains because he opposed busing. Okay. Let me see. Do I have anything? Joe Biden will be president the way the main character on Shutter Island was a detective. That's basically it. Thank you, guys.
All right, November, take that. Also, Alex Trebek died, and that's about it. All right, and now rounding this out to roast the month of December, the recently deceased month of December, me. I'll close out the show. Here's some shit that I wrote about December. Twisted Iced Tea, another... Wait, hold up, fuck. Okay. Misreading my own notes. Okay, here we go. Twisted iced tea, an otherwise indefensible beverage option, saw a bit of viral marketing in the form of a guy smashing one into another guy's face at a gas station because he would not stop calling him the N-word. The clip went viral. It was fucking badass. I would like to see this done to different people with different drinks for saying different slurs. Like... if you're in a gas station and Carlos Mencia comes in and he starts calling people like beaners and stuff, you should be able to grab a Bud Light Clamato Michelada and break it over his face. I think that would be pretty cool. If someone calls you a pedophile, you can hit them with the Mike's Hard Lemonade. I don't know, I'm just spitballing here.
If someone calls you a Karen, you can hit them with a Frappuccino.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, man, come on.
Oh, it's allowed.
Yeah, get their asses. Someone calls you white boy, how about a white claw? That's not really a slur, but it's still a thing that people yell in a gas station.
It's a slur to me.
hey, maybe it's the biggest slur, you know? No, just kidding.
The biggest slur is a white boy.
I'm not going to take the podcast in that direction, although it would be very profitable, I hear. Dr. Fauci told children that he went to the North Pole and gave Santa Claus a COVID-19 super vaccine, which is crazy because back in November, he just went ahead and told them that Santa Claus was already immune to COVID because we didn't have a vaccine yet. So... Dr. Fauci is going to be assassinated by a 9-year-old conspiracy theorist, and it's his own fault because he's spreading misinformation and insanity to children. It's not good, in my opinion. Fuck you, Dr. Fauci. Person of the year, my ass. It's Kamala.
He wasn't even the person. He was the caretaker
Guardian
or some shit like
Guardian
that.
of the year.
Guardian of the year. I am the hallowed guardian of the year 2020. You're just fighting him in space or something.
Yeah, then the last one of those went to the Gahul, right?
Hey.
Guardians of Gahul.
Wonder Woman 1984 came out. Why? Man, that movie sucked. Why was it called Wonder Woman 1984 and not the 155 minutes of hate? Like from the movie 1984. Okay, the best part of the movie was when she fought a Jellicle cat at the end of it, in my opinion. The rest of it was unwatchable trash. With Wonder Woman come and gone, we finally ran out of shit to watch that had been made before the pandemic, so we all gathered around and watched a comedian and a congresswoman fight on the internet, and that was entertainment for December. We'll not be commenting on that. Probably on the podcast, maybe ever. Who gives a shit? And finally, the New Year's Eve Times Square ball dropped in front of like 30 people wearing Planet Fitness Cat in the Hat hats, while everyone in America was forced to watch a YouTube ad for Kia automobiles. Do you remember the other night on New Year's Eve when the ball dropping in Times Square just had a car commercial behind it? It was really unnerving, and it felt a lot like when you're watching Hulu without a full subscription and they just make you watch an ad. So my idea for 2020 is how about we just go ahead and do the same thing, but instead of like a YouTube ad, we just put a Pornhub ad up there, and when we're going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, they play one of those fucking flash cartoons that's like, you'll bust in 10 seconds. And then everyone, comes, and then that's New Year's. I don't know. That's my idea. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. That was December. That was the whole year. 2020, in my personal opinion, was a big, what I would call a dumpster fire, which is an original joke that I came up with.
That's a good point.
It's like a trash that's on fire.
It smells even worse than normal trash because it's on fire.
Yeah.
Imagine if we got hair in the trash too. Oof.
Oh, come on.
Damn. You know what actually we should have done is hired someone to come out now as the year 2020 and do like the rebuttal, which is what they do at the end of.
Oh, right. It's gonna kill all of us. We're all gonna die from COVID, and that will be its revenge.
Yeah. I'm the year 2020, and I just want to say, fuck all you guys. I'm going away now.
You piece of shit.
Fuck you. Suck my dick. Ice-T's there, and he's like, suck my dick, year 2020. You're a dumpster fire. All right, that's the end of the show. Thank you for joining us. Your comedians roasting the year 2020 have been Alex Ptak, Anders Lee, Ben Wasserman, Alex Collyard, Rose Vineshank, David Sitrick, Melissa Rocha, Otto Fernandez, Naomi Karavani, Kate Willett, David Spector, and myself, Jake Flores. That is the show. It's the hell year is finally over, and 2021 is going to be great. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye. We can do a long round of plugs, or I can just put them all in the show notes. Show notes.
I think show notes.
Yeah. All right. Look at the show notes for all the comics you heard tonight. Bye.
And also give it up for them. Give it up for all the comics you heard tonight.
Yeah, clap in your cars and in your bedrooms.
Clap in your cars.
All right.
Happy 2021.
Happy 2020.
My dear, lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for all. Lang syne, my dear, for all. Lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for all. Good night, everybody.